Phenomenal cup run over the past couple of years, Gordon, but of course they lost at Norwich in the FA Cup. How much of an effect do you think that might have on them psychologically today?
Well, I think Man United, like Leeds United, it'll make them a little bit more anxious about the outcome of today's game, because obviously this is their last chance to get to Wembley now, and it doesn't help when you've been knocked out of the FA Cup, as they both have in the last week or so.
Certainly from Leeds' point of view, we mentioned what a physical battle it could be. David Batty's back in the midfield. He's a ferocious, competitive little fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be your competitors that are going to win the game for you today. I mean, I think people like Gordon Strachan and Gary McAllister are nice footballers, but they're not going to get really much time on the ball today. And it's going to be your competitors that win the game for you, the guys that roll their sleeves up and go on with it today.
What an outstanding atmosphere, Gordon.
Yeah, well, it's terrific. League Cup football semi-final, two of the biggest clubs in Britain playing in a semi-final at a packed Ellen Road. You couldn't ask for more. Yeah,
it's all set up for an absolute classic this afternoon. Our commentators, Jimmy Greaves and Brian Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, let's check first of all on the two teams. Leeds with John Lukic in goal. Number 2, Mel Sterling. 3 is Peter Haddock. 4, David Batty. 5, Chris Fairclough. 6, Chris White. 7 is Gordon Strachan, 8 Carl Shutt, 9 is Lee Chapman, 10 Gary McAllister and 11 Gary Speed. It's the usual Leeds side with Peter Haddock fit again to resume at left back, but on a day when they must score, so much attention will be focused on the promptings of Strachan and McAllister and the sniping of Chapman and Shutt and Speed. Happily, Lee Chapman almost fully recovered from the facial injury that we saw in the first leg at Old Trafford. Manchester United, for their part, had a major problem this morning. Steve Bruce, an important central defender, pulled out with a broken toe that he received in the cup tie at Norwich. So United line up with Les Seeley in goal. Mal Donaghy comes into the defence in the number 2 shirt. Number 3, Clayton Blackmore. 4, Neil Webb, back after injury. 5, Mike Phelan, also back after injury. 6, Gary Pallister. 7, Brian Robson. 8, Paul Ince. 9, Brian McClare, 10, Mark Hughes, and 11, Lee Sharp. Well, the Manchester United formation will have Mike Phelan at right back, with Mal Donaghy going to the centre of defence in place of Steve Bruce. Neil Webb on the right of midfield. Hughes and McClare, 32 goals between them this season, together up front. Our referee today is Vic Callow from Solihull. It's a beautiful afternoon in Yorkshire and a wonderful atmosphere here at Ellen Road. It's almost a wall of noise from a capacity all-ticket crowd. And an afternoon that really is on a knife edge. Leeds must score, remember, to keep their cup hopes alive. Manchester United must draw or win here today to reach Wembley in that final on April 21. And away we go. Leeds in the all-white strip then, attacking the goal to our right. And the onus really is on them to set the pace. Harold Wilkinson, their manager, was saying this morning they've got to be mentally patient, but they must produce an active, barnstorming performance, particularly in the opening 20 minutes or so. And his line to his players was, you know what you have to do, get out there and do it. Hughes, a man who clearly has to be watched, being chased there, and McClare not far away with that shot in the opening minute. Scored the winner in the first leg, of course, at Old Trafford, which United won by 2 goals to 1. Chapman with a header, Pallister with a clearance, Hughes head down chasing after it. Fairclough didn't really get a touch, and Lee Sharp coming in, but White got that one away. Referee fell to the ground just for a moment, but he's up and he's running again. Hughes, free kick for Manchester United. The first little problem now for Leeds. And it'll be a major problem if they concede anything this early in the game. United seeking the cushion of a 2-goal lead to add to the one that they took at Old Trafford. Chris White getting a word from referee Callow. He conceded the free kick.
Yeah, I think United will be very happy with their start, Brian. They've had one very good shot where Brian McClare came very close. Now they're in a very dangerous position here. They're putting the onus on Leeds.
Neil Webb, number 4, behind it. But Robson. Lee Sharp is also lining something up there, but it cannons straight off that Leeds United wall. Donachie, Hughes, and David Batty getting back there to cover in case Webb should go through. The ball into touch on the far side. But in fact, there'd been an earlier infringement. It's a free kick. Haddock forwards, missed that third replay in the FA Cup against Arsenal, did left-back Peter Haddock. Webb. Actually, a key statistic here this afternoon could be Leeds United's home record. In the 20 games at Ellen Road this season, they've failed only to score in 2 of them. But tantalisingly, one of those 2 games was here on the 2nd day of the season against Manchester United. Now Sharp, who certainly gave Sterling problems in the first leg and has got ahead of him there. Haddock just hooks it away for Leeds. Up to Mike Phelan playing at right back. A little chip by him, but came to nothing. Fantastic noise over those first few minutes, Jimmy Greaves.
Well, you can't hear yourself think, let alone speak. It is an unbelievable atmosphere here, Brian. I would think that the players will raise themselves to this.
It's Pallister with the kick for Manchester United. Lofted towards Mark Hughes. Fair clough up above him. Strachan. What magic, I wonder, will Gordon Strachan have in store for Leeds and their fans today? Such an inspiration over the last 2 seasons since he joined them from Manchester United. Sterling with the kick for Leeds. Hit high towards Gary Speed. Up well. So too was Pallister. Batty. Donachie gets it away. Haddock in quickly for Leeds. David Batty again. That's a lovely ball by Batty for Strachan. He's gone past Pallister, the little cross in there. Good work by Seeley. Super ball by Batty. And a typical little thrust by Strachan. And safe handling by Seeley.
Yes, a great run and a great ball, actually, by Gordon Strachan. It needed somebody coming onto the near post a little bit later than they did. Well taken by Les Seeley. Did well. He's under a bit of pressure behind that goal, is Les.
Fine work by Strachan. Play stopped for an injury at the moment to Paul Ince. David Batty, of course, who was missing from the first leg, he was suspended. And he does make so much difference to their development through the midfield.
They do. In actual fact, the game has started very well football-wise. It hasn't been kick and rush. The ball's been played around very well.
Manchester United having troubles with their surface at Old Trafford. And certainly this is very worn here at Leeds. The Hunslet Rugby League Club play on it. But it seems to have a more genuine top and a fairer, truer top to it, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, well, I've seen this pitch many times. In fact, I've eaten various shades of grass over the years via Norman Hunter and Billy Bremner and co. So I know the surface of the pitch very well, Brian. It doesn't seem to have changed much.
Danny Wallace and Lee Martin, the 2 United subs, warming up. But Jim McGregor's done his work, and Paul Ince is back in the action again for Manchester United. It's a throw for Leeds. Batty, a small man, but he's got a very good long throw, and there's an example of it up towards Lee Chapman. United knew what to expect, and it'll be another one for Batty. He only stands 5'7", but look at that for a good long throw again. And Chapman, and in fact it came off Chapman. Chapman angry because he felt that it came off Pallister, but there's no point in arguing with linesman and referee over that. And certainly Vic Callow is an excellent referee, and he's one who doesn't take a good deal of back chat. If you remember, on New Year's Day he was the man who sent off Paul Gascoigne at Tottenham against Manchester United. Feeling in quickly. Hughes down for a moment. And a long kick by Lukic. Donach's header only going to Strachan. Knocked in first time towards McAllister. Batty gets in again. Carl Shutt knocking it across the face of the goal, and again Seeley is in. Well, he's certainly been kept busy in the opening minutes.
Already Leeds look a better side than they did 2 weeks ago, and I think Batty has produced a little bit in midfield that they didn't have when they played at United.
Here he is again, getting it back to John Lukic. Talking to Howard Wilkinson this morning about him, he said he's like a little Jack Russell Terrier. He's into everything, and he's a fantastic little competitor through that midfield. Battles away, and this is just his sort of game. Strachan with the free kick. Fairclough's gone forward. Sterland, who hits a powerful free kick. In fact, he scored in a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford, but that really wasn't the genuine article. The substitutes today: Pearson and Whitlow for Leeds United, Wallace and Martin, whom we've already seen, of course, for Manchester United. Fairclough watching Hughes. White getting up above McClare. Pallister getting up above them all again, and the Leeds back four had sprung forward quickly, caught United offside. Mel Sterling with the kick. Good jump there by Donachie. Sterling's header. Shutt's touch. Webb gets it forward. Sharp is chasing. Now has he got the pace to beat Mel Sterling? And Lukic goes down. This is Mike Phelan, back safely to Les Seeley.
There's a distinct danger sign for Leeds there. I don't think Mel Sterling has got the legs, certainly not of Lee Sharp. And if they can get the ball wide here, Manchester United could make a great deal of use of this game.
Well, Sharp had an excellent game in the first leg, and scored the opening goal when he forced an error out of Mel Sterling, of course.
Well, of course, Ian St John got in all sorts of trouble because of it.
Yes, the Saint chose Chris White as the man of the match.
That's
and
right.
I think most of Manchester, including the manager of United, felt it should have been Lee Sharp. Although I must say, I don't want to call out with Alex, but I agreed with the Saint on that day, and I know a lot of other people did as well.
Well, I certainly did, Brian.
Here's Sharp. Maybe today will be his day. Ince! Teed up for him by Brian Robson. And certainly there's a suggestion of goals at both ends in this semi-final. Ince's shot just going wide, but powerfully so. Chapman going for this one, but Pallister again winning it in the air. Hughes, there's Batty quickly there, and Fairclough quickly in there on Ince, and it was a rugged challenge there by Fairclough. And Ince is in the wars again, and the referee calling Fairclough to him, who was booked in the first leg, and looks as though he might get a yellow card in the second leg.
No, I think he'll get a talking to.
No, just a talking to.
Yeah. Actually, talking about Leeds going for it, I think Manchester United probably are. It's probably their best way that they can play, and feel that by playing defensively they would only hand the onus to Leeds, so why not go for Leeds?
Yeah, I think Alex Ferguson felt very strongly that one goal maybe here wasn't quite enough to defend. You've got to go out and make something for yourself.
But the players he's got in the side are really geared to attacking football rather than defensive.
Absolutely
football
right.
Anyway.
Here's Blackmore with the free kick. Fairclough gets it away. Only shot was up for Leeds. Flag up for an offside, but the referee, with Lukic safely in possession, allows the game to go on. A long drop kick there by the Leeds goalkeeper. Hughes to Webb. McClare waiting in the middle. Sharp coming up quickly. Fairclough in there. McClare, good save, and Sharp almost in. A real rapier thrust there by McClare. Chapman. Speed shot, dipping over the United crossbar. Real, genuine cup-tie affair here, end-to-end stuff. Interesting in a way that Alex Ferguson has preferred. This is, look at the other end at the moment. There's the whiplash shot there by McClare, and quick reactions by Lukic. Batty, stopped by Clayton Blackmore. Lee Sharp just keeping it in play. And now a Manchester United throw. So 13 gone, coming up to 14 minutes. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0. Manchester United, remember, leading from the first leg by 2 goals to 1. Sterling a good header. United with another throw. Blackmore with it, trying to release Mark Hughes. Fairclough at his heels. Strachan immediately ahead of him. And Strachan caught from behind there by Hughes. A free kick for Leeds. Kick out there towards Gary Speed again. I'm interested that Dennis Irwin, who normally plays right back for Manchester United, has been left out, and he's put Mike Phelan there, standing close to Speed. Whether he had a worry about Speed's ability in the air and felt possibly that Phelan might be able better to deal with it than Irwin, I don't know, but that might be one reason. A free kick to Manchester United. Mal Donaghy, who's known success in this competition, played for Luton when they beat Arsenal. What was that, in '88, I think? Knocked forward there by Clayton Blackmore. Lukic comes for it.
Brian, if you don't know, I'll go.
Donaghy's header again, under a lot of pressure there from Shutt. He did well. Webb. Great pace and great prospects in this afternoon.
Well, it ain't been a bad 15 minutes, is it?
Robson. No, out of play. Both sides, of course, licking their wounds after recent defeats in the FA Cup. Leeds to Arsenal and Manchester United to Norwich City. So I suppose in its way that will add a determination and possibly even a measure of desperation to the afternoon. Seeking to put things right. fair bit of kicking going on there. I wasn't sure that the ball was always the target. McAllister. Ferocious pace.
Tell you what, he did well there, Mark Hughes. They were chipping chunks off of him. It was like a lumberjack's convention, wasn't it, there?
Chapman, no! Turned away by Seeley. The first corner. A shot, really, that came from nowhere from Lee Chapman. He's already got 19 this season. At his throw, Strachan about to take the corner. There's the save by Seeley. Here's the corner by Strachan. Speed almost got to that one. Shot trying to get in line for a shot. The touch on there by Chris Fairclough, and behind for the goal kick.
There's a good effort by Lee Chapman, that was, with all those facial injuries he had. He's looking quite well, isn't he?
Yeah, he was telling me he opened up the injury on the nose again and had to have some more stitches in it in the last week, and he still feels a little bit numb around the mouth. Yeah. As though he's
Don't we all, Brian?
As though he's just come from a dentist, so he's not 100% yet, but...
He's still better looking than us.
Well, that's true. Here's speed. Chapman in the middle, shot in the middle. Donachie away. To Webb. To McClare. Lets the ball run. Strachan thought about the challenge and then held off. Sharp. Then Strachan got the challenge in there. Manchester United's throw, though. Coming up to 20 minutes. Blackmore with the throw for Manchester United. Webb's backward header. Hughes in there. Blackmore drives, good one, but it had a little bit of steam taken out of it. A fancy by Peter Haddock. Allister's header. McAllister. Strachan into McAllister. A good ball there, played for speed.
I think Gary Speed's being a bit ambitious there. I think if Leeds are going to score goals, they've got to get in a little bit closer than that.
McAllister's header. Chapman plays it on. Shots onside. Being chased by Donachie. Take your time, Sterling is saying. You get in there, let me provide the throw for you. Chris White's up from the back, so too is Chris Fairclough. Sterling's throw. Another good long one into that 6-yard area, straight for Seeley. "20 minutes gone. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0 in the second leg of this Rumbelows League Cup semi-final. Manchester United leading 2-1 from the first leg. Callister with the header for Manchester United in the red shirts. We're playing it now for Lee Sharp. Lukic, a fraction before Hughes. Not a very good kick out though, straight to Robson, might get it going again. McClare to Robson, good play here by United to Sharp. Leeds could be in trouble here. A great save by Lukic from Robson, and Robson, you can see his anger. He felt that was a brilliant opportunity, which it was.
I don't think Brian can believe it. It was a truly great save.
Superb piece of goalkeeping by John Lukic.
Great cross by Lee Sharp, who is having a great game today. That was good football all round.
Webb with the corner for Manchester United. A deep one towards Pallister. Chapman had gone with him. Haddock brings it away for Leeds. Here's Carl Schutt. And now McAllister persuading Chapman to get forward again, but Ince was in quickly for Manchester United. Throw to Leeds. Gary McAllister. Curled in there. Donachie's header away. McClare. Seeley out quickly. It's an amazing career Les Seeley's had. 158 league games for Coventry, 207 for Luton, and then it's history now. He was in Luton's reserves, and then suddenly his football life takes a double somersault, and here he is in Europe with Manchester United in the semi-final of this competition. Played in the cup final last season at Wembley. And really, he's brought up a couple of excellent saves already this afternoon.
He is. He's looking extremely comfortable.
Here's Shutt. Now Batty. Played towards Lee Chapman. Pallister did a good header away to McClare. Ince. And now Blackmore. Lee Sharp taking that superbly. But in the end, running out of pitch. Goal kick.
It was interesting to see Chris Fairclough showing a bit of concern there. He came over as soon as that ball came near Mel Sterling. And Lee Sharp, he was over doing a cover job. He might well have to be doing that a lot this afternoon.
Clayton Blackmore's throw. That'll be Lukic. Really was a phenomenal save Big John Lukic made from Robson's header. What was it, 3 yards range, and he really headed it with great power. Superb reflexes. There's Robson again. Webb caught a little bit there by Batty. Recovered sufficiently to find McClare. Here's Batty again.
There's no question about Manchester United's tactics. They're trying to find Lee Sharp whenever they can, which was their downfall there because Phelan had made a great run on the other side of the field and was totally on his own.
Sterling's header. Pallister's for Manchester United. Strachan trying to put it into space for McAllister to run onto, but Donachie was there for United. McAllister turning Donachie, gets a free kick. McAllister lining up this free kick. Strachan might want to say in it as well. There's Strachan flicking it in there. Chris Fairclough might get there first. And a collision there, I think, between the goalkeeper and Mal Donachie. And Les Seeley being told by his teammates to get it into touch. There was just a moment's hesitation, it seemed to me, as the goalkeeper came for that one. We ought maybe just to have a look. Chipped in there by Strachan. Donachie, yes, and if anything, Donachie knocked to the ground there by his own goalkeeper, Les Seeley.
I think Les always knew what he was doing. I don't think there was any hesitation on his part. It was always going to be his ball.
But it's great for United that they've got a man of his experience, Mal Donachie, Northern Ireland international, to come in for Steve Bruce. But Bruce has had a terrific season. It's a real blow when he's broken the toe of the little toe on his right foot. And he thought even up until breakfast time this morning, he was telling me that he might be able to play, but in the end it just wouldn't have worked. And I think he's done a bit of tendon damage as well, so it might be a little longer than United want. Sterling playing it in. Well done, Carl Shutt, kept that in play. Batty playing it in again. Webb with a header away for Manchester United. Sterling trying to keep it going for Leeds. Haddock in there. Just beats the challenge of Robson and finds Strachan. Batty with a little chip in there towards Sterling, who'd stayed up. And Ince gets it away to Hughes. In goes Fairclough. Blackmore's throw for Manchester United. Batty, no nonsense about that challenge, but he's conceded the free kick. Hughes taking a buffeting there from this competitive little number 4 of Leeds United, David Batty. has gingered up this Leeds midfield for this second leg. Chapman watching Pallister, gets it away to Shutt. McAllister on the break on the far side, Phelan going with him, but Speed has made a terrific run through the middle, and down the left is Haddock. The cross in by him, and in the end it'll be a throw to Leeds, and Batty already there to take it. And our corner. Ferguson was telling me the one thing we have to do is defend well from set pieces. Here's one of them, and they've defended well, tolerably well, except it comes back to Strachan again. This time it's Webb. Oh, bad ball there by Neil Webb, straight to Strachan of all people. Shutt knocking it in there, and behind by Robson. And Webb getting quite a mouthful both from Robson and from Seeley. It was a bad clearance to Strachan of all people, and it's little Strachan, 34 years young, taking the corner on the far side now for Leeds. That's a better header by Webb, gets it away with a bit of distance. McAllister though for Leeds. United still with this one goal advantage from the first leg, 0-0 here still at Ellen Road for the second leg. Chapman. Sharp on the far side, getting the better of Batty. Hughes waiting in the middle, McClare coming up fast. Batty getting in again, that was a foul, and it was right in front of the referee, and it could be a yellow card.
I think he's going to get booked for that one, Brian, by the looks of it.
Went away to have a word with Sharp. I think he felt that Sharp was play acting, but it looked a rugged challenge again there by David Batty. Sharp coming away from the ball, and look at that. I mean, it's certainly worthy of a yellow card, and you can't argue with that.
No, you can't argue with that. There was no doubt about it, he was well late on that tackle.
And really it'll do Leeds' cause no good if they get overexcited and start committing fouls like that. They've got to play with great verve and tenacity, but also they've got to keep their heads.
Well, they have these days. 20 years ago they'd have got away with that one, Brian.
Webb with the free kick. Pallister on the far side. Robson's in there too. My goodness, how is it that didn't go? It was amazing. I thought for a moment the whistle must have gone because Leeds were standing like statues there. Pallister at the far post and Robson at the other post.
It's a good header. I think it goes behind before Brian Robson. Yes, it does.
Yes, just before Robson can get to it. Strachan wanting to take it quickly. Throw. That time it was Donachie's header away. Batty with the throw now for Leeds. Strachan again. Here's Shutt on the turn.
There really is some good football being played, and every time there's a bad ball, it does get punished again by good football. Such is the standard of this match at the moment.
No doubt that Leeds have got to come, as I was saying at the start, in a barnstorming way, Jimmy, but at the moment I think they're losing a little bit of control over themselves, and they're getting a bit too excited.
Oh, you're quite right, Brian.
But here's McAllister. Shutt. Batty. Shutt again, kept it in well. Pallister firmly behind it again for Manchester United. For Leeds, gets it back to Millstone, hits it straight at Paul Ince, up to Hughes. Down the line for Sharp, but just flicks out of play for a throw to Leeds United.
Yeah, coming back to your point, I think at this stage of the game, if you was to say who were the better side, you would say Manchester United. They are more in control of the game, of themselves, and they are putting it together a little bit better than what Leeds are.
Which signs on the Leeds United bench to get Chris White and Chris Fairclough forward for this free kick, which Mel Sterling's going to take. White, who scored in the first leg, of course, offside against Lee Chapman. Of course, unlike European competitions, away goals don't count double if it finishes on aggregates. Leeds just then need to win by 1 goal to keep their hopes alive, whether it's 1-0 or 4-3. And then extra time, and if it's still level on aggregates, we get a replay at Villa Park on March the 13th. And there's provision for extra time in that one as well if they're level on aggregate, and then penalties to decide it at the end of that one. But there's a long way to go from that, but remiss of me really, I should have told you in the first leg as well, but the away goals don't count double in these semi-finals. So Manchester United leading 2-1 after the first leg, 0-0 here at Ellen Road. Up towards Hughes. There's Haddock. Hughes looked questioningly towards the referee, but the referee shook his head, said no foul. Leeds got on with it as Batty plays the long ball forward. Again, Pallister, who's not lost a ball in the air this afternoon. And Donaghy gets it back. Shutt was in behind him, and I wasn't sure that Donaghy knew, but Pallister looking an absolute tower in that United defence today. Seeley. Webb. Ince. Offside flag is up, I think possibly against Neil Webb on the far side. Pallister again. Here's Sharp. Batty got a better challenge in there. Sterling's ball cut out by Mal Donaghy. Ince pointing it forward again, but into touch. Phelan manfully going outside him. Webb again. That'll come to nothing.
Actually, I feel sorry for poor old Mick Phelan because he's made some good runs down that far side there, and he hasn't got the ball once.
That was another one, but at least Neil Webb acknowledged that he should have passed to him, but he didn't. It's Leeds' ball.
It's no consolation when you've run 50 yards, Brian.
True. They wait for Sterling to take another long throw, and they pull Chris White forward again. Short though to Strachan, and a good clearance there by Blackmore. Only Hughes is up there tangling with Batty, and the referee halting play, calling
I
to him.
Don't think I could agree with that one, to be perfectly honest.
But Batty, remember, already has been booked. Getting a strong talking to again from the referee, and the referee, I have to say, put his finger to his mouth and said don't say anything, so Vic Keller was helping David Batty out of a spot there for a moment.
He wasn't the sinner he appeared to be there, I don't think.
Pallister with the free kick though. Chapman. Phelan gets it away. Batty again. Chapman hanging there for a moment, finds Strachan. Ince gets it away only as far as Strachan once more. Here's Paul Ince again. Strachan's after it too. Goal kick. Coming towards just 8 minutes of the first half left. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0 in this second leg. Manchester United 2-1 from the first. Robson. McClare. Here's Phelan on another run. McClare kept his nerve superbly there. And White gets it back. Chapman, and he's angry with White's pass, which gave him no chance. And you can see the first appearance of frustration now in this Leeds United side, and Manchester United might just be feeling that they've weathered this very important and difficult opening storm. Hughes versus Chris White. Hughes won that one in the air. White just guiding it back to Lukic. Chapman well offside, he can't argue with that. United had sprung forward with great discipline and speed.
That's 3 in a row for Lee now. I think he's got to realise he's got to stay a little bit the other side of them.
Gary Pallister with the free kick. White's header. Speed. McAllister chasing well from the midfield, and he might get there first. Blackmore's stabbed back pass for a moment looked as though it wouldn't reach Seeley. It was a great run by McAllister. After Gary Speed had played this ball in to the gap.
Was a good ball, because he was not really in with a chance, but he kept going and kept going.
A goal kick now for Leeds. Teams have met 3 times this season. 0-0 here in the league on the second game of the season. A 1-1 at Old Trafford in the league. And then, of course, Manchester United winning 2-1 in the first leg of this Rumbelows semi-final. Shutt, crafty little back heel for Batty. Batty playing it again for Shutt, and I think most people would have felt he would have played it inside. It might come for Seeley, and if Chapman had been there a fraction before, that would have been a wonderful little ball played in. It was one that really tested United to the full. Fairclough and Hughes comes out to Speed. Young Welsh international being chased by Webb. Now for Chapman, might come for Shutt, and again Donachie closing the door right at the end, but at the expense of a corner. It's a good move this, and an excellent ball played in by Lee Chapman, but as you can see, Donachie just got there as he needed to do before Carl Shutt. Strachan with the corner for Leeds. Curl in there again towards Shutt, and Robson in the end getting it away. Batty being chased there by Lee Sharp. This time it's a foul on David Batty. Cheers from the Leeds faithful. Batty gets something going his way. Sterland pumping it in. Webb, great confidence, taking it on his chest and getting it away. Strachan. Robson. Ince. Stopped again by Strachan. Little touch for McAllister. Ince is in again. Finds McClare. The chase is on now with Sharp. Hughes waiting in the middle. That wasn't the ball Mark Hughes wanted.
No, but it was a great ball from Brian McClare, wasn't it? That was a wasted opportunity by Manchester there because Mark Hughes was unmarked on the far post.
Free kick for Leeds. In his frustration, Neil Webb whacked it away. He just had a quiet word from Vic Callow. He's keeping a good check on this game. Sterling's free kick. Third time. Might come for White again. Might come for White again. In the end, a goal kick. I thought for just a moment we were going to have a replica of his goal at Old Trafford. That same sort of position, again from a free kick on this side.
He did quite well actually when he got the ball. He kept calm, he turned the defence inside out and just couldn't quite get there really. He was well covered. But by and large the referee, Old Vic's, had a fairly easy job because although it's been a rough and tumble game, there's not been much maliciousness in it and it's just been good, hard, competitive football. Let's hope it stays that way.
But he's been on top of the game, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's done well. He's had a good one so far.
McClare. Last minute of the first half. White getting the better of Hughes, but Hughes is coming back for a second helping. Strachan playing it in there. Shutt getting it back. Chapman. Good challenge by Paul Ince. Here's Sharp now for Manchester United. Now the chase is on. He obviously fancies himself against Sterling. In terms of his pace, he gets a corner out of Chris Fairclough. Now, right on half-time, can United make this corner pay?
Well, there's no question of him beating Sterling. It's whether he can get hold of Fairclough.
Manchester United's first corner. Neil Webb will take it.
Fairclough is having to come round every time that Lee Sharp gets the ball. And I think that will be the pattern of Fairclough's play throughout the game.
Robson and Gary Pallister are positioned at the edge of the penalty area. There's Pallister, there's his header, and Batty got in and got it away. Phelan returning it. Speed on the charge now for Leeds. Now McAllister. Away come the white shirts of Leeds now as they find Carl Shutt. Speed through the middle. Stopped though by McClare. Webb for Sharp again. Fairclough going in. Genuinely went for the ball there, I think, Fairclough, but he may well have injured himself. Certainly no blame attaches to Lee Sharp there.
No, I think Leeds have now sussed the Lee Sharp ploy because Fairclough was there again waiting. Made a perfectly good tackle. We can see it here. I don't know, nothing wrong at all.
But he gets rolled over there by Lee Sharp.
Well, Sharp in fact got his foot to it first, didn't he? But
it's a real even Steven here, Jimmy Greaves.
absolutely. I wouldn't like to put my money on who's going to score the first goal if there is one going to be scored.
Well, if there isn't one scored, Manchester United go through to Wembley on an aggregate of 2-1. Leeds have to score to keep their hopes of a Wembley appearance alive.
If it's got to be Manchester United to score, it's Mike Phelan because he got him in the sweep. Fairclough
getting a bit caught up there. Will Hughes punish him? Gets it back to Blackmore. Knocked in high towards Phelan on the far side. There's Mike Phelan's header, but Lukic untroubled with a long clearance. Now playing time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. Webb is onside. The flag has stayed down. A great chance for Manchester United. Haddock's getting back there. Still with Neil Webb. Straight at Lukic though. With Sharp and Hughes having made great runs for him. Leeds obviously felt that they'd played him offside.
Yes, I think before the half-time whistle goes, Brian, we have to say...
On he goes again. Sorry, Jimmy. It's all right. Webb again. Cross this time now. Sterling in a lot of trouble there for a moment because he could feel the hot breath of Lee Sharp on his neck, I would have thought. And Sterling had to put that away for a corner. So United, Manchester United that is, might easily have had a couple of goals in the last minutes.
Absolutely. Both as well. I think Leeds would be looking for the half whistle more than Manchester United now.
Played a couple of minutes of time added on. 3 in fact. Lee Sharp playing it in. Sterling teeing up the clearance. Now Strachan. Deep into injury time, and Strachan with shot having got his head down and made a charge. Speed going through the middle there, and just for once Strachan way off target with his passing. I stopped you in mid-flight just a moment ago,
No,
Jimmy.
that's all right, Brian, because we were saying, I think as we come to the end of the first half, the honours definitely lie with Manchester United.
It's a throw to Manchester United.
Or have we come to the end of the first half yet?
Robson. Webb. We have come to the end of the first half. It's still a knife-edge situation here with the half-time score. Leeds United 0, Manchester United 0, but Manchester United still leading by 2 goals to 1 from the first leg. That's the situation at Ellen Road.
Welcome back. No goals at Ellen Road in the second leg, which Manchester United still hold the advantage with that 2-1 lead they brought here from the first leg at Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago. Fast and Furious doesn't really do it justice, does it?
Oh, yeah, breathless sitting watching. It really has been action-packed, and I think if anybody thought Man United were coming here to protect their one-goal lead, they got it wrong, because really they've took the game to Leeds United, and if anything, they've had the slightly better of it in the first half.
Are you surprised, because the game is so fast, that there have been so few genuine clear-cut chances?
Yeah, well, I think you've got to maybe look at defenders there, you know. I mean, there's Maldonado come in for Steve Bruce at the last minute and really has been magnificent in the heart of the defence, as has Gary Pallister, and really not given Lee Chapman many. I mean, he has a dip here, a snapshot that Sealy puts over, but he hasn't really had a lot of opportunities in the first half. Bad kick out for Lukic.
Robson really goes into overdrive here, doesn't he?
Yeah, plays a 1-2, knocks it out to Lee Sharp. I think maybe they're expecting a wee dink to the back post here, but Lee Sharp absolutely thunders this across. Brian gets his head to the end, and of course a terrific save for John Lukic.
It is very physical, which you said it would be at the start, and I think most of the aggression seems to be directed towards Lee Sharp, who seems to create panic when he plays against Leeds.
He's such a threat. I mean, he's just an exceptional young talent, this lad. I mean, he's just got blistering pace. I certainly wouldn't have liked him to be running at me when I was playing. And Mel Sterling's got his hands full here, and what's happening? They're pulling Chris Fairclough across now, and behind Mel Sterling every time he gets the ball. That's a tackle by Batty there, which got him, but probably a genuine attempt at a tackle.
He does get involved, Batty, doesn't he? He was booked for that. I mean, he's going to have to watch his step in the second half.
Yeah, well, he was booked. I mean, he's a terrific little competitor. He was booked, but maybe a little bit unfortunate after that to get a ticking off for the referee for an incident with Mark Hughes that really didn't warrant a warning at all.
Are Leeds, I mean, Brian and Jimmy were making the point that Leeds may be a little bit too excitable. bit impetuous.
Yeah, well, I think Howard Wilkins has said before the game, just be patient. Well, they haven't shown that patience. They're lumping a lot of balls up front to Lee Chapman, Carroll Shutt. Pallister and Maldonic are playing them out of the game at this moment in time, and I think they maybe need to look to get a passing game going and maybe get a little bit of width to Gordon Strachan and Gary Speed and get crosses in. OK, well, no goals here. In the other semi-final earlier on, by the way, Sheffield Wednesday took a 2-0 lead, winning at Chelsea. And John Harch, their fullback, has won Goal of the Day competition, Gordon, from 2 weeks ago, the best of the Rumbelows Cup nice
goals.
Little build-up. My goodness, what a shot. I don't think Peter Shilton, 20 years of age, would have crossed for that one.
It really was a thunderous shot. Ian St John's choice, and here are the ones who agree with him for £100. Lynn Davis of Coventry, Philip Gormley, Northern Ireland, Mark Butcher of Birmingham, Jim Darley of Huddersfield, and Graham Smith of Huntingdon. And we've got Barclays League goals at the end of the programme as usual, including the ones that took Arsenal back to the top of the First Division. Join us again here at Ellen Road after the break. Welcome back. No goals. Manchester United certainly coping defensively quite comfortably without Steve Bruce, who wasn't in the side. He's with Gary Newbart.
Steve, you'll be sorry to be missing this, but how do you think your side are going?
Well, at the moment it's gone very, very well for us. I thought we created a couple of chances then, maybe just shaded that half, but it's going to be totally different this half.
It's quite physical out there.
Yeah, well, you're never going to get in a semi-final and going to be a pretty affair. It's man against man and nothing's given at the moment, and that's what we expect it.
Do you think that one goal is going to be enough? Do you see any signs in the Leeds side that are going to trouble you?
Well, I'm praying, obviously, like all Manchester people are, that it is enough, and at the moment, let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope it goes that way.
One final word, your injury, a broken toe, how long is that going to keep you out? You've got a lot of important matches at the moment.
Well, I mean, I've never had one of these things before, but it's a bit painful at the minute, and I just hope that I can be back sooner rather than later.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks.
As the second half gets underway here at Ellen Road, Manchester United in the red shirts attack the goal to our left.
Steve Bruce with his second scare. The first is little toe, and the second being interviewed by Gary Newbart.
Well, what of course he'll be hoping for is that he's back in good form for the European Cup Winners' Cup game against Montpellier of France. First leg of that's on March the 6th. And yet again, the Montpellier coach is here to watch Manchester United. He seems to have followed them for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Batty with the overhead. Pallister gets it away. White. Robson. Up goes White again. Skids off the top of Ince's head. Strachan. Up to Chapman. Strachan's made a break through the middle and wants White to play it a little quicker. White in turn has played it to Shutt, and then they were on different wavelengths, Shutt and Strachan. White again. Gets it away. Up again towards Shutt. McClare there for Manchester United. Strachan with that busy stride of his. Trying to shake off Lee. Sharp gets a free kick and takes it so quickly. And here he is again. Slotting a ball in there for Batty to chase. Certainly looking for inspiration from Gordon Strachan with all his experience in that second half. Pallister. Webb finding Sharp. Hughes and McClare waiting in the middle again towards Mark Hughes. McClare might reach this one. No, it was a good header away by White. Phelan to Ince. There's his cross. It's White again making the... Oh, won't go out of play. Leeds thought for a moment that it was going out. Now it is. Webb with the throw. Robson in there. Peter Haddock away again. Mike Phelan with the throw for Manchester United. Catty. Donachie beating shut in the air. Ince sliding it sideways for Blackmore. Hughes, watched by Fairclough. Sharp playing it in. It came off White for the corner for Manchester United.
Well, the second half's opened as the first half did, with Manchester United putting on the pressure.
Webb just jogging across there to take it. They've called up Pallister from the back and left only Donachie behind. And Blackmore, whose job is to shadow Gordon Strachan. This Webb's corner. In the gain by Mark Hughes. Carry speed. No foul. Yes, there is. My mistake. Free kick. And Lukic, some 15 yards outside his penalty area with the free kick. Hit long towards Lee Chapman. Chapman to shot. To speed again. Now McAllister.
Oh dear. There's a good chance.
5 goals this season, McAllister. One of them a real rifling shot in this competition against Queen's Park Rangers from that sort of position.
That's right, he normally strikes the ball very well. Certainly a lot better than that. I think that's got to go down as an opportunity.
Haddock. Strachan. Sterland up towards Chapman. But Pallister is taking some beating this afternoon. David Batty. McAllister again. Shut it was on the far side. Ince, who hooks it away again for Manchester United. Sterling with the throw. And a goal kick for Manchester United. Coming down the corridor here, Paul Ince, when they arrived, Manchester United. The first thing he wanted to know, how did West Ham get on, his old club? Well, they beat Millwall this morning by 3-1. Really keeping that promotion challenge going. 4 points clear at the top now, West Ham. Hughes just kicking the ball away. Vic Keller going across just to have a little word with him. Don't do that again.
I don't know, I didn't see a lot wrong with that. Both legs went up, both feet went up at the same height. I felt that Hughes won the ball quite fairly.
There's the free kick. Webb for Manchester United. Strachan. Robson in quickly. Ince trying to release Sharp. And after that frenetic first half with all the fury, it's a fairly sedate start to the second one. And that'll change. Fairclough. In for Sterland. In for White, who's got Hughes behind him. The crowd warned him about that. That was a curious ball for Leeds to play. That could have put White in the most terrible danger. Phelan with a throw for Manchester United. Cut out by Peter Haddock. Robson in. Goal kick for Leeds.
It's an interesting point, that, Brian. The game has slowed up, and I think that's mainly due to Manchester United. They seem to be actually calming the situation down, taking their time a little bit more, holding on to the ball just that fraction more, and they're using it to their advantage.
I think also taking the interesting point that Gordon McQueen made at half-time is that Leeds have got to get into a passing game, so if the temperature comes down a little bit, it might well suit them as well.
Oh, right.
Strachan. Touch to Batty. Strachan caught by Ince there, I think, after the ball had gone. Shuck playing it in towards Lee Chapman. Goal kick. Strachan still, he's just about getting to his feet now, but he's obviously in some discomfort. I think it was a challenge by Paul Ince, who's just going up to him now. There's the cross coming in as Chapman races in, but it was always a lost cause, that one. And it's a goal kick for Manchester United. McAllister, speed. Sharp. Well, the Leeds fans are doing their best to rouse their side. Offside. Also a point that was made at half-time that possibly the likes of Strachan and Speed would play out wider and get some crosses in. In fact, they seem to be funneling more into the centre, and it's very congested through those middle areas. Speed must be at least 15 yards in from the touchline, and Strachan, who's just collapsed to the ground again.
Yeah, I think he's struggling his goal now there at the moment. He's obviously taken a nasty knock.
Ball out of play. I think it's just a question of time now before Strachan comes off. And a goal kick for Leeds. The shot by Lee Sharp, wide of Lukic's goal. Looks so he's caught himself just on the top of the hip there. I think it was a clash with Paul Ince. Well, this would be a major blow for Leeds United if the little inspiration in the midfield has to go off.
Getting back to your point about wingers staying wide, Brian. I mean, Gordon Strachan, I don't know whether he is a natural winger or not. I know he's always played wide. But to give Shutt and Lee Chapman a chance, you have got to give a bit of width and get reasonable crosses over. At the moment, the balls are coming in and both players' backs are still towards the goal. It's not satisfactory from their point of view. They've got to be turned facing the opponent's goal.
Speed has almost got to... Yes, hip to hip there. Speed has almost got to do what Lee Sharp is doing for Manchester United.
Absolutely, stay right out on the touchline. It's always a temptation to get involved, obviously, but if you play that disciplined game, you do get a lot of the ball.
See, there he is jumping for that one there. A good 25 yards in from the touchline now. And just look how congested it is in there. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7 Leeds players in that
and of course the same Manchester, so it's 14 players in a 20-yard square.
It makes it easier for United to defend. But here's Speed now along this touchline, trying to take on Phelan, and Phelan gets in there with the challenge. And the linesman, hearing the wrath of some Yorkshire lungs there as he indicates a free kick for the foul by Speed on Phelan.
Yes, he's not too popular with the crowd at the moment, is he?
So Mike Phelan with the free kick. White to Strachan. Hoping no doubt he'll run it off again, but you've just seen he's collapsed to the ground again. I think Strachan will have to go. Batty in the meantime finds Haddock. Batty again. White's available for him. Batty once more. Haddock. Long cross towards Lee Chapman. Bannister again capable of dealing with that one in the air. Sharp came back there to prevent it going through to Sterland. McAllister trying to keep it going. Batty now spreading it wide for Speed again for Leeds United. Played in there again towards Lee Chapman. A wonderful save by Seeley.
Was as well, wasn't it?
Super bit of football there. What a great cross, and what a lovely climbing header by Lee Chapman, flicked away brilliantly by Les Seeley. time, Strachan is still on the field. As Gary Speed takes this corner for Leeds United. A deep one there towards Fairclough, towards Sterland. And a foul by Sterland, a free kick to Manchester United. I think the referee wants a word with Sterland. He must have said something when that free kick was given. And Sterland, whether he hasn't heard the referee, which wouldn't be surprising in this atmosphere.
He's making Mel go back to him, actually. It might have been quicker if the ref would have run to Mel.
Well, I warned you earlier that he's a referee who will not take dissent. And I think you will find that he's said to Mel Sterling in no uncertain terms, here's this great save from Seeley again.
Yeah, but you're right. It was a great save. There's no question about it. But you're right. I mean, how any player can hear what's going on out there at the moment? It's very difficult anyway. A referee shouting at you 5 yards away is not going to be easy.
Obviously, Vic Callow heard something that Mel Sterling said, though.
I think it was the expression as much as anything else.
Sterling with a header. Strachan, let's see how he responds now. At least he's on his feet. Not collapsing again. Throw to Leeds United. David Batty. And Blackmore gets it away. Well, Howard Wilkinson's gone down to the bench, and I think they'll soon be making a substitution. It looks like Mike Whitlow coming on. Strachan coming off, giving the captain's armband to Gary McAllister at the moment. The Leeds fans love him, and they know how much the team will miss him in what remains of this semi-final.
Very unfortunate, that. Unfortunate clash.
Well, on comes Mike Whitlow, who can play midfield and play left-back. This is Phelan towards McClare. Came off speed. Manchester United's throw. Manchester United needing to survive another half an hour to take their place at Wembley in the Rumbelows League Cup final. If it stays at 0-0, that will be it. Into left back, and Mel Sterland has gone into the Leeds United midfield. So they've really had to recast their defence and midfield with the absence now of Strachan. Actually, right back is Haddock's better side. Nice little touch there by Shutt, and away goes Speed. Ince is after him. Whitlow's header. Ince getting in there. Sharp now for Manchester United. Stopped by Lukic, and that was an excellent save. And Leeds have further troubles because Peter Haddock is now down injured. Webb played in again. McClare trying to get Webb going forward again. Whitlow guiding it back to Lukic, and Haddock is still down. And Lukic throws the ball out. Mind you, Leeds players will tell you there's a jinx on that number 3 shirt. Peter Haddock, Mike Whitlow, Chris Kamara, Glyn Snowden have all worn it and have all had injury problems this season. And Peter Haddock, who only got back into the side today, having missed that third replay against Arsenal through injury. Howard Wilkinson rates him, well, suggests he's the most underrated player in the First Division. it's interesting that Jim McGregor's on there attending to him, with presumably Alan Sutton still, the Leeds United physio, still dealing with Gordon Strachan. That's obviously a problem there for Peter Haddock.
Yeah, it's a bit of concern. You can always tell when players stand around looking down.
And they're talking about a stretcher. Oh, that's terrible news for Peter Haddock. He's a good pro, and he's obviously got a major problem. Former Newcastle man, had a spell on loan. I think it was with Burnley, 29 years old.
This is how it happened.
He jumps and
there.
fell. You can see as he falls.
Yeah.
And an excellent save by Lukic there.
Good save, yeah. Seemed harmless enough, right?
So Leeds now with John Pearson on, who's an out-and-out striker. Tall lad, number 12 already on the field. Howard Wilkinson needing to recast it again. I'd imagine he'll put Carl Shutt into the midfield just behind the front two.
They really are going to have to raise their game now. They've had 2 off injured in 2 minutes. And that's a bit of a demoralising situation.
Well, Pearson is on. Shutt, in fact, has gone out wide on the right. So Peter Haddock goes. Whitlow losing it to McClare. White getting it away. .25 minutes left. Neil Webb with the throw for Manchester United. Speed. Chapman. Fairclough. They're in a situation, Leeds, on an afternoon when they have to score to keep their hopes alive. They're getting to the point now where they've got to start taking a few risks. Pearson chasing this one. A throw for Leeds.
I'm not sure whether they know how to play any other way than they've been playing. I think they've just got to get men in there and hope for the break now.
Mel Sterling with the throw for Leeds. It's a good long one towards Chris White. And now they get a corner. So they might have had their bit of misfortune, but there's no doubting the spirit in Leeds United. Gary Speed going across there to take that corner. Pearson poised in the 6-yard area. But it was Webb who got it away with a header. Sterling. Webb again. The long ball forward, testing the speed of Lee Sharp. Mick Whitlow's going there with him. Support now from McAllister. Talking about the spirit of Leeds, the spirit of Manchester United, who settled very comfortably into their game here in the most hostile atmosphere. McClare, it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Leeds now because they've got to reorganise themselves. They've lost their balance and they haven't got much time in which to do it.
Well, they plonked Mel Sterling back at right-back again now. He just had a couple of minutes in the midfield while Peter Haddock was in that right-back position.
That's right. It's always a problem. I know subs do come on and score goals right away, but it normally takes a good 10 minutes before you're in the game. And that's going to take up valuable time as far as they're concerned.
Side. Sharp. Hughes in the middle. was not the sort of cross Hughes wanted, who had to take quite a bit of buffeting actually from Chris White to get into that 6-yard area, as they were both running towards it. It's been a highly competitive battle between Hughes and White. Lukic with the goal kick.
It has indeed, and I think Mark Hughes has deserved better, really. I mean, we're singing the praises of Lee Sharp. He's had plenty of opportunities to get down the line and shine, and a lot of his crosses have been poor, to be perfectly honest. And poor old Mark Hughes probably deserves a little bit better the way he battles on.
Speed. It's not a bad cross there. It was Pallister who got it away. Robson who got that one away. Whitlow. It's straight to Donachie. Lost it just for a moment. And then Webb boots it clear to Hughes. What lovely control there by Hughes on his chest. And downed by Batty. And a free kick given, I think the referee's indicating free kick.
He's all right, Batty's all right. Hughes was off the field at the time.
Which Webb will take. A little over 20 minutes left. Webb lifting that free kick, only for Sterling to get it away. Shutt then in turn getting it back to Lukic. Pearson. Pearson again. Speeds. And a terrific header there. Carl Shutt. Well, that's impossible to defend against that sort of thing, because I think it was probably a mishit shot in the first place.
It was a shot without any doubt. Good header, actually. Very well directed.
Whitlow. There's Pearson. Flag is up for an offside. Well, Leeds can't say they haven't got target men to aim for, because they've got two Ps out of the same lofty pod there, really, with Chapman and Pearson, both 6-footers. It's John Pearson and Lee Chapman, knocking it forward towards Pearson. Touched on there. Fairclough trying to go in there, and it was real emergency action there by Les Seeley, hacking it away into touch. Batty with the throw. Whitlow just couldn't keep it in play. Peter Haddock, we're told, has got a badly gashed knee.
The ball gets played in here, and Les Seeley does well, comes out well, can't pick the ball up, so he just clears it.
White for Leeds. Planted in there again. Robson with the header clear. Shutt playing it back in there once more. Pearson trying to get up again. Touchdown by McAllister. Well, Fairclough almost got in there for Leeds. They're having a good spell now, Leeds United.
Pressure's on United now.
It'll be Gary McAllister with the corner. Chapman is deep. Pearson's at the near post, possibly looking for the little flick on. No, it's a deep one. Played towards Lee Chapman. Got his header in well. White's getting in there again, and Pallister got it away. Helped in the end by Webb. It's another corner. Now it's a throw. Speed will take it. Pallister again. Knocked in again by McAllister. Pallister once more. Hughes just glancing it on, but there's Batty playing it in again for Leeds United. Phelan. Webb couldn't keep it in play. the throw for Leeds. That long throw of his towards Pearson. Again, Pallister was there. Hughes, stopped that time by Whitlow. Strong challenge there by Webb. The feet are flying, the crowd are on their feet. And in the end, goal kick.
But the old England skipper weren't taking any prisoners there, was he? The way he went in.
But on the watch, 17 minutes left. And if it stays that way, remember, that'll be enough for Manchester United. A 0-0 draw takes them through to the final at Wembley. Leeds have to find a goal in the last 17 minutes. The crowd of 32,014 here at Ellen Road today. And the way this is poised, no one's going to move before the end. White getting involved there with Hughes. And it's getting to the point in the game you fancy where there'll be a few niggles, and referee Vic Callow's going to have eyes everywhere. Linesman unhappy from where position, obviously, where Mel Sterland is taking this kick. And Sterland has been told to go back a yard or two.
I really do think that is totally unnecessary, having to roll the ball back 2 yards.
In that position.
Absolutely.
Webb gets it back. On White, the crowd weren't happy with that. The referee wasn't troubled by it though. United trying to catch Leeds offside. It didn't work on that occasion. Ince beating Batty in the air. Sharp, Hughes, McClare, Phelan going outside again, trying to play it through the middle. Certainly never fancied playing for old Mike Phelan in down that right flank. 75 minutes gone, 15 to go. Leeds 0, Manchester United 0, 2-1 for Manchester United on aggregate. Leeds now working up a real head of steam in this last 15 minutes. But Webb gets it away for Manchester United. Hughes a little despondent that the ball was played that way. Strachan obviously in pain still with that hip injury. And Leeds fans everywhere in a deal of pain now, just wondering if their side can find a goal anywhere in this second leg of the semi-final. Sterling with the throw. It'll be another long one. It'll go into the Manchester United penalty area. Maybe the 6-yard area, but Pallister's there to meet it again. Pallister again, helped by Robson, flag up on this side of the field and offside against Carl Shutt.
I think
he's had a terrific game, Gary Pallister.
He has. I think what Manchester United have done is they've put Brian Robson back almost amongst the back four as well. Whether they've done that on purpose or whether he's just decided to do it himself. And that might be enabling Leeds to put a little bit of pressure on, but then still not creating any chances, really.
Well, that's entirely to the credit of United in defence. They defended really well.
Oh, yeah.
But there'll be more defending to do.
They will now with this kick.
To the last tense 13 minutes or so. Batty. Hustled by Ince. Batty chasing on. Ince won't give him an inch, you can be sure of that. And away goes Paul Ince with the ball, but Hughes, well, 7 or 8 yards at least offside. A free kick to Leeds. Saw the clock there, 77 minutes gone of the 90. That's a good shot, straight at Seeley, again from Carl Shutt. A volley hit with Hughes-like power and precision.
Yes, the ball's pushed out and it's very well hit. Oh, whether old Les is having a good time with all these balls going straight to him, or whether it's his positioning. We'll put it down to his positioning, I think.
He has looked very sure in the goal today.
He has, and every ball's gone straight to him.
Webb with the throw. Speed getting it away. Alistair again. Webb playing it in towards Mark Hughes. But the whistle had gone. I must say this is a 0-0 that's had just about everything, Jimmy, except everybody's just looking for a goal. But it's been a really absorbing afternoon's football.
It's been a super game of football so far.
Alistair.
It's been a real cup tie, a real semi-final. The atmosphere here is electrifying. There's no other way of putting it. And the players have responded with a superb game.
Shutt with the backward header. Webb with the clearance for Manchester United. McClare being forced back towards his own goal there by Wicklow. Speed finding Batty. Again Pallister there. Ince. Sharp. There'll be a throw to Leeds. Manchester United, remember, have never won this trophy in its various guises. League Cup, Milk Cup, Littlewoods Cup, and now the Rumbelows Cup. Hughes playing it for McClare. Phelan's gone through the middle. And White stabbing it away. Leeds won it once back in 1968 against Arsenal. 10 minutes left now. The awful thing as you get older, it doesn't seem such an awful long time ago, but when you realise it was before Batty and Sharp and Speed were even born that Leeds last won it. Webb. Oh, good play by Webb. Beating Batty, but again White is there. And Webb's in trouble. As he turned there, and he's got a real problem there, Neil Webb. Of course, he had, let's hope it's cramp, because he had terrible Achilles trouble, of course, that kept him out. And Jim McGregor doing some good, consoling work there, actually. I think Webb must have wondered what the earth had happened.
I think Alex Ferguson was out of the dugout doing somersaults, wondering what was happening. And that was good work by the trainer, no doubt about that.
Because he instantly
reassured... It also
reassured...
stopped you getting morbid, Brian, about talking about all those players before...
Webb again.
They were born.
Then he came to Hughes. And now Sharp. Ince. There's the United throw. McAllister gets it away. Ince. Playing it very confidently there to Phelan. Thought for a moment that he played it too close to John Pearson. My watch says about 8 minutes left now.
He's had a better second half as Paul Ince. He's come into the game and held it up, calmed it down a bit, and has played much better this half.
Ince. It's White's header for Leeds. McAllister, Batty, Speed. McClare. And Webb caught well offside. As you were saying just a moment ago, Jimmy, Paul Ince has had a very good second half.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because Manchester United have just slowed it down slightly.
Oh, Leeds fans claiming that Alistair was pushing down on Lee Chapman. Referee perfectly placed, gave nothing.
I don't think it was a penalty, but it's certainly...
He's got problems again, Neil Webb.
Yes, he has.
But he's got a smile, which suggests that it may be his cramp and nothing more serious.
This is the Pallister incident with Lee Chapman. I think he jumped above him, that's fair enough.
I tell you what, his arms were on his shoulders, you know.
Yeah, I know, but when you go above a player, I mean, Lee Chapman had made no attempt to get off the deck, had he?
Well, Lee Martin's coming on, Jim, sorry.
Right,
Lee Martin's coming on, so I think Neil Webb is on his way out. What I'm saying is it's a dangerous thing for any defender to do in the box in this stage of the cup.
It is, but it's awkward when the defender starts to go for the ball and the forward doesn't actually jump with him, so therefore he's naturally above him. His hands have got to go somewhere. I don't honestly feel that that was a penalty incident. I think the referee was right, and I hope no Leeds supporters are listening to that at the moment.
Well, there are plenty here who think otherwise, but the referee couldn't have been in a better position. Hughes chasing that one. Batty gets it back. Well, you've got to stir up a hornet's nest in a few moments, Jim, and announce your Rumbelows man of the match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Ince. Here's Sharp. Hughes again in the middle. A goal for United now would really seal it, but Lukic is there, safely gathering.
Yes, the old man of the match award is not easy under these circumstances, is it, Brian?
An offside against Lee Sharp. I think we'll leave it to the very last moment of 90 minutes, just in case there's a Leeds goal that forces us into extra time.
Yes, right.
5 minutes left. That goal's got to come fairly quickly now. Batty, stopped by Seeley. Shutt was jumping at that one and couldn't quite reach it. Seeley with the throw now, releasing Brian McClare. Martin. Hughes after this one, Whitlow with him. Lukic would just want to pump this ball forward. Donaghy's header. Come in and done well for the absent Steve Bruce. McClare putting that one into touch. A throw for Leeds. That's going to be a throw.
He has had a good game, Al Donaghy. He's come in, filled the position very well.
Now 4 minutes left. 4 minutes, and if United can preserve this situation, Manchester United that is, it's their place at Wembley. Having won the Cup, the FA Cup last season. And here's Shutt. Alistair just got in there, maybe just to hold him up for a moment, and Shutt couldn't keep it in play. It's another goal kick, but just for a moment there, it looked as though Leeds might find a way through. In the end, he just run out of pitch and couldn't get it back in, but it looked quite promising just for a moment there for Leeds and for Carl Shutt. Speed. Alistair. Phelan taking a terrible challenge there from Speed. It'll be a free kick to Manchester United. And Gary Speed's foot looked to be fairly high on Mike Phelan. Phelan's beard, which is now beginning to sprout quite well. Alistair with the clearance. In goes Phelan. In fact, both the feet were rather high. But the free kick awarded to Manchester United. Up goes Hughes. Lee Martin kept it in only for the benefit of David Batty. Short ball forward for Gary Speed. In for McAllister. Now Wicklow. Time rapidly running out for Leeds United. And Manchester United can take it up again now with Hughes. Both McClare and Sharp waiting in the middle. That came off Chris White. 2 minutes left. Robson. In comes McAllister. The pass intercepted by McAllister. The flag has stayed down. Leeds have held back for a moment. It's with Sharp. Ince is up there on the far side and pushed away well by Lukic.
I have to say they were very lucky there, Manchester United. Brian Robson definitely fouled the Leeds player going forward, and there should have been a free kick to Leeds, and they almost conceded a goal because of it.
Paul Ince, who hasn't scored for United for about 18 months.
It's a good little chip by Leeds.
He does well there.
So, yeah.
A corner for Manchester United as we come to the last minute of the game. Robson. Sharp. A foul. Another free kick. Not the wisest thing to do, to be conceding free kicks and taking time away from Leeds United possibilities in the last seconds of this game. Leeds must want to keep this ball in play, surely. For Brian Robson. Tried to thread that through for Hughes. Again, the linesman flagging, and sadly for Leeds United, it brought the game back when an advantage could probably have been more profitable for the home side. Chapman. We're going to injury time, I think. In just a moment, Jimmy, we ought to... I think there'll be a certain amount of injury time. It's another throw to Leeds United. Paul Ince threw the ball away. The referee will want to word with him about that. Sterling with the throw. Chapman knocking it in there. Seeley coming for it. Safe gathered again. Safely gathered. Jimmy, your man of the match.
Man of the match, I think everybody has played very well today, but it's been Gary Pallister. He's had an outstanding game at the back for Manchester United.
Here comes Hughes, over the top. So Gary Pallister, the Rumbelows man of the match, he gets a Sony TV set.
Yeah, he's absorbed everything. You can't argue he's had an outstanding game defensively.
And United now, Manchester United, a matter of seconds away from winning this semi-final over 2 legs and getting through to the final at Wembley to face either Sheffield Wednesday or Chelsea. That's on April 15. Blackmore gets it away. Batty with the throw. Robson, it skimmed off his head. Donachie, that was an important header there for Manchester United. Well into injury time now. McAllister. Leeds desperate for this cup-tie saving goal. Speed now playing it on the far side towards Lee Chapman. Turns it in towards Fairclough. Again, Pallister's there for Manchester United. Ince gets it away. United can break away now as Hughes feeds Ince. It's April 21, the final at Wembley, and it looks as though it's going to be Manchester United going there. Phelan down the line. A foul given for the challenge by Chris White on Mark Hughes. The Leeds fans feel that Hughes may have made a meal of it. What's more important is the referee didn't.
I think what's more important than anything, Brian, is as we all realise, this is probably going to be the last little exercise of the game.
And Alec Ferguson with Manchester United look as though they're going back to Wembley again. Robson with the free kick, right on the edge of that Leeds United box. played for Ince. And he might well play it down the line. No, he won't, because he couldn't keep it in play for Lee Sharp. So Leeds try to mount something quickly now to save this game. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of this 90 minutes. Fairclough, as I mentioned, April 21, the final at Wembley. Chapman, Batty, can Leeds yet save it? It came off Ince. It's with Gary Speed. Can they still save it? Oh, a terrific save by Seeley. I thought for a moment he'd gone the wrong way, and I think maybe he had to. That went out of play, it seemed to me, but the linesman said no. Nearly a shot that saved the cup tie there for Leeds, but it was another splendid piece of goalkeeping by Les Seeley. Cross comes in. Leeds bodies throw themselves at it. McAllister's in there, Batty's in there, Lee Chapman's in there. Played in again by Speed. And Hughes gets it away to McClare. Lee Sharp, the flag has stayed down. They say he's onside. Lee Sharp now for Manchester United. And that has settled it. No doubt about it now. Leeds look towards the linesman, and in fact Vic Cullo, the referee, had to keep Gary McAllister from arguing with the referee, with the linesman rather. But the celebrations go on as Lee Sharp has scored in the dying seconds of injury time to make absolutely sure now that it's Manchester United who go to the final at Wembley.
Great ball by Brian McClare. I thought Lee Sharp had taken it the wrong way actually, but he hit it very well indeed. But all what's going on around us now, as you can see, Lee Sharp takes it on, keeps it lovely, beautifully controlled, good football, good goal all round. But what's going on around us now, I can't help thinking that the referee has made himself a victim of these circumstances. He's overrun.
Yeah, and McAllister's got a yellow card.
Yeah, and he's overrun.
And he's still arguing with the linesman. They feel that Sharp was offside. Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's just saying he overran the game by 2 or 3 minutes, really, Brian.
Well, it's all over now.
Yep.
And Manchester United go through with that Lee Sharp goal that just finished it all off as far as the men from Old Trafford were concerned. Scored in the first leg, and he scored in the second leg, and the referee getting off very quickly there with his linesman as well, with a policeman escorting them. It's usually the referee and linesman who go off last, but they obviously felt that they needed to get away fairly quickly. And he'd had a good game, the referee, as well, but United had a better one. They defended superbly, Manchester United, and then right at the end they sprang that offside trap, and Lee Sharp did the rest. So they await either Chelsea or Sheffield Wednesday at Wembley on April 21. Manchester United through to Wembley again. That's the story at Ellen Road.